Most people think the job market is the problem right now. It isn't. What's actually happening is that the way people are applying hasn't caught up with how companies are hiring. A few years ago, you could rely on volume, apply to enough roles, send out enough resumes, and eventually something would land. That approach worked because companies had more time, fewer applications, and a higher tolerance for figuring people out. That's no longer the case. Today, hiring teams are dealing with far more applications and they're making decisions much faster. They're not sitting and reading profiles carefully, they're scanning. They're trying to quickly answer one question: does this person clearly fit what we're looking for? If the answer is not obvious within a few seconds, they move on. Not because you're not capable, but because it takes effort to figure you out. And this is where most people get stuck. They keep increasing effort, applying more, trying more roles, tweaking the same resume again and again. But the problem isn't effort, it's clarity. Right now, the people getting selected are not necessarily the most experienced. They're the ones who are easiest to understand. When you look at their profile, you immediately know what they do and where they fit. There's no guesswork. Compare that with most profiles. They show a mix of responsibilities, tools, and projects. Individually, all of it is fine, but together, it doesn't clearly point to one role. So, from a hiring perspective, it creates hesitation. And hesitation usually leads to one outcome: they skip, not reject. Which is why applying more isn't solving the problem. You're just increasing how many times you get passed over. A simple way to test this: if someone unfamiliar with your work spends 10 seconds on your profile, can they clearly say what role you fit into? If the answer is not immediate, that's where the gap is. Not in your experience, not in your effort, in how it's being presented. If you want to think this through for your own situation, there's a simple diagnosis guide in the description that can help. This market isn't easy, but it is consistent. And once you understand how it behaves, you can start adjusting your approach instead of just increasing effort.